Hello and welcome to AutoKets. So in this lecture, we are going to see the Spline tool in AutoCAD. And basically, we are going to see what and how we create the spline and what are different types of spline. So basically, spline is a tool that is used to create a very flexible drawing. Like you can see that in the line command, we have seen that it will going to help you in creating the straight line. But over here in the spline, what it will going to do, it will going to create a very flexible model like this. So basically in AutoCAD, you will see that there are two types of spline. The first one is known as the spline fit. This is one of the type of spline. And the other one is the spline control vertices, or in short, you can say that spline CV. So these are the two types of spline basically AutoCAD provides to you. Now let's just start our AutoCAD and let's just find out how we create that spline. So for that, you can see that I am inside the 2D page of AutoCAD. And to find this spline, there are many methods. The first one is to just go for this drawing section. Since the spline is a drawing tool, so it will going to be find out inside the drawing toolbar. But you can see that over here, you will not see a spline kind of thing. That's because the spline is inside this draw option. If I'm going to click on this arrow, you will see that they are the first two options are the only spline. Basically, this is the spline fit and this is the spline CV, which is the control vertices. So you will find the spline inside this drawing section like this. And the other one is to just go for this draw toolbar over here. And in the draw toolbar, you will see that there's a spline tool. And in that spline, you will see that both the types of spline are provided. The other method is to just go for the command box and just type a spline over here. Just press enter. And you can see that once I pressed enter, you will see that it will going to start the spline tool. If you want to select the method, you have to click on this method and you can see that fit and CV, both methods are present over here. So these are the three approaches of the spline. Now, let's just see how to just create the spline. So to create the spline, we are going to click on this draw and we will going to select the first spline, which is known as fit points. So just click on this and you can see that it will going to ask you for the first point. So I'm going to click on anywhere and that will be taken as the first point. And then it will going to ask you for the next point. So if I'm going to click on anywhere, that will be taken as the next point. And accordingly, if I'm going to click on anywhere, that will be taken as the other points. And accordingly, it will going to create the spline. So once you finish the spline, once you have created the drawing that you want, you just have to press the enter button and you will going to come out from that spline tool. So you can see that this is how you just create the spline, and this is a spline fit, which is the first type of spline. So if I'm going to click on the spline, you can see that there's other points. The places where I have clicked my mouse button, you can see that the points are created, and basically with the help of this point, you can just get the command or you can just control the spline. So just click on the points and you can see that just click on that and it will again going to dislocate the spline, and accordingly to your fit, you can just fit the spline accordingly like this. If you are going to click on this point, if I'm going to hover around this point, a dialog box will going to pop up, and in that dialog box, you can see that there are basically some options that is present. The first one is the stretch, which is just click on this and accordingly it will going to just stretch it. This is the same that we have seen. And if I'm going to click on this, you will see that there is a other option which is known as add fit points. So if I'm going to click on this, you can see that it will going to add up a new point over here. So to get a more command over the spline, you can just add more points and accordingly you can just adjust your fits of the spline. If you want to remove that point, let's say that I want to remove this point. So I'm going to hover around this again and you can see that a pop-up will going to display. I'm going to click on this remove fit point and that's it. You can see that that point is being removed. So this is how you can just create a basic spline fit. Now we are going to see the second option in the spline, which is known as spline CV, which is control vertices. So I'm going to click on the spline and we have the second option, which is the control vertices. Just click on this and you can see that again the same tool will going to open. Basically the tool is same and the drawing that it will going to create will also going to be same, but the method is different. Over here, if I'm going to click on the point, it will going to start the point, and you can see that if I'm going to click on the other point, it will going to take basically it will going to create a vertices over there, and accordingly it will going to control the spline. You can see that this is how it will going to create all the points. It will going to, okay, so I have pressed the escape button. Don't press the escape button, just just press the basically enter button if you have completed the spline. So you can see that just press the enter and that's it. This is how it will going to create the spline. And if I'm going to click on this spline, you can see that here there is no fit points available. Instead of that, you will see that there are vertices that is available, and you can just click on these vertices and accordingly you can just control your spline like this. So method is different, but the drawing that it will going to create or the final output is same. Here you will see some more options, like if I'm going to click on the spline and if I'm going to click on this vertices point, you will see that the first is a stretch burst vertex, which is again the same thing. And if I'm going to hover around again, you can see that there is a other option which is known as add vertex. So here with the help of this, we can add multiple vertex over here. You can see that the new vertex is added. And similarly, we can just remove the vertex from this remove vertex. And here you will see that there is one more option that is available, which is known as refine vertex. So if I'm going to click on this, you can see that it will going to add up more points. With the help of this, you can just add up more points over here in the spline, and you can just manage these points, and you can just more refinedly, you can just control your spline. So you can add up more points between the points, like with the help of this refine vertices tool. And this is how it will going to have at work basically. And if I'm going to remove it, it will going to be removed like this. Now over here in the spline, you will see in both the spline that we have seen, you will see another arrow that is present, which is this one. Over here, you can find out this arrow that I'm talking about. The same arrow you will find out over here in this spline as well. And what this arrow will going to do, if I'm going to hover around this arrow, it will going to be highlighted. And if I'm going to click on this, with the help of this arrow, you can even convert the spline after created. So we have created this spline with the help of control vertices. But if I want to change it to fit type of spline, I can just click on this and you can see that the spline is being converted into the fit spline. So this is the difference over here. Similarly, this is created with the help of fit spline. But if I want to convert it to a control vertices, I can click on this and you can see that it will going to be converted into the basically control vertices. So you can interchange the type of spline even after creating the spline. And this is very much important. You can see that if I want to refine this spline more, I can just convert it into the control vertices, and we can add up more vertices and we can just control it more precisely basically. You can see that. And if I want to again convert it into the spline fit, we can just do that. So this is all about the spline tool in AutoCAD. I hope you like this lecture, and if you have liked this lecture, then please like this video and share it to your friend. And don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you're going to subscribe this channel, you will get more updates of these videos in AutoCADs and all. And if you want a full course on AutoCAD, you can just go and visit our website, which is www.autokets.com. And you will see that there is a full course that is available, which you can enroll into a very optimum price. And you can just learn AutoCAD right from the scratch. So that's all for this lecture. I'm going to catch up you with the next one.